subscribe to my channel Making Impossible and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any one of my upcoming videos.
Yo, what's up friends? I'm Shilazari and welcome back to Making Impossible, the channel that teaches you how to make the impossible and be the smartest person in the room. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you an amazing card trick in which you're going to change the color of a card 2 times. At first, the back of the card, and at the second time, the face of the card. This card trick is also very easy to do, that's why it's also for beginners. And I was also about to upload this video yesterday, but the intro footage got tampered, so I had to retake it. This is the footage that I'm retaking, and since this video has been uploaded right now, let's see the performance of this card trick and then we're going to know how it's done. So without any further ado, let's start our today's video.
I'll feature one lucky Instagram user every Monday in my Smack That Monday episodes. If you want your Instagram profile or page to be featured in my next Smack That Monday episode, follow the simple steps that are given in the video description. So now, let's continue.
Okay guys, here's the performance of this card trick. Now as you can see over here, I have this deck of cards and I'm just going to shuffle these cards in front of you just like that, okay? And after I shuffle these cards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to riffle down the side of the deck and you're going to say stop at any point you want, okay? And let's say you say stop at this point. And the card that you said stop at is the 5 of spades. Now since I've seen this card, if I put this card back in the deck of cards and then if I go through the cards like this, I'll be easily able to find your card because I know your card. I know your card is the 5 of spades. But if I go to find your card like this from the back, it will be difficult for me to find because you can see all the card looks the same from the back. So at this point I'm going to do some magic and snap my finger to make your card look different. And if I go through the deck right now, as you can see over here, you will see one card has changed, one card has turned red and the rest of the deck is still blue, and the card that has turned red is none other than the card that you have selected, that is the 5 of spades. Right now I'm just going to take the 5 of spades and leave it right over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try the same trick with a different card, okay? Now again I'm going to riffle on the side of the deck and you're going to say stop at any point you want, and let's say you call out stop at this point. So the card that you called stop at is the 9 of diamonds, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the deck back wherever it was, put the 9 of diamonds back inside the deck, and then I'm going to snap my finger and turn the 9 of diamonds back red. Now as you can see over here, as I go through the deck of cards, you will see all the cards over here are blue except for one card which is red, and that is present right over here. And this card has changed from the 5 of spades to the 9 of diamonds. If you don't believe me, I might turn over the card to amaze you. So that's the card trick. That's how it looks like. Let's see how you can do this card trick. Okay guys, this is how the card trick is done. Now this card trick is very easy to do. All you need to have is a deck of cards and a card from another deck, okay? Now as you can see over here, this is a different card from all the other cards and this is the 9 of diamonds. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the 9 of diamonds out from here too, okay? So there is the 9 of diamonds. I'm going to keep it outside for now because I need to do a little bit of setup for this card trick. Now then I need to find another card which is having a good contrast to the 9 of diamonds. So in this case I'll think of a black card. I'll try to select a black card. So let me go with the jack of spades, okay? Because these two cards are very contrasting, okay? So at this point, this is how you're going to set up the deck. You're going to have the other card with the other color which is different from the other cards. You're going to have that card and you're going to place it onto the bottom of the deck, and then you're going to have this duplicate card and place it onto the top of the deck, and then you're going to have this card which the spectator is going to select and then place that card on the top of that card, on the top of the duplicate card. So what you're going to do is at this point is you're going to shuffle this deck of cards, but you have to keep these two cards on the top and this single card at the bottom. So what I do is I do the riffle shuffle and I riffle down this bottom pack first, and then I keep on riffling and then riffle down the top packet last. So the top cards are still over here and the bottom card is still at the bottom. So at this point, I do the riffle shuffle just like that. The spectator gets pretty much convinced that the cards are all mixed up. Now what I need to do is I need to force the card. Now for this card trick, the riffle force is the best force. Okay. So if you don't know how to do a riffle force, I already have a tutorial for it, and the link to the tutorial will be given in the description box as well as in the cards. At this point, all you need to do is a riffle force, and for doing the riffle force, all I'm doing is I have to force this top card. So I'm going to give a swing cut just like that, and then maintain a break with my pinky finger at the point of the swing cut, and then I'm going to do the riffle force. So the spectator calls stop, and I'm forcing him or her the top card, the Jack of Spades. Now at this point, after forcing them, what I'm doing is I'm actually turning it over and then dropping this rest of the cards with the red card on the bottom of it. I'm going to top all of this. I'm going to drop all of those cards on top of this second packet. So the spectator's card is over here. I drop this entire pack right on top of them. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to do all the magical explanations that I gave to you while in the performance. You have seen the performance, of course. So you're going to say whatever I said in the performance. You can also improvise on yourself. So you're going to just build up a story, and then you're going to spread the deck of cards, and then you're going to show that one card has turned red, and then you're going to keep on spreading by keeping a break at the red card. Okay, so you're just going to push the red card a little bit forward, and then you're going to just spread to show your spectators that there are no other red cards present in this entire deck of cards. So at this point, all you're going to do is, since this is the spectator's card and this is not, you have to bring this entire pack to the top. So from this point, you're just going to switch these cards just like that. You're going to bring the entire bottom pack to the top with the red card, and then you're going to do a double lift. That is, you're turning two cards as one. So at this point, it looks like that I'm turning one card. So for that reason, the spectator gets fooled that this is one card, but here I have two cards. I'm turning two cards as one, just like that. Now at this point, I can casually just throw this red card right over here. The spectators are going to know that this is the Jack of Spades, which I kept right over here. But if you want, you can also say to your spectator, which I do, you can also say to your spectator that I'm going to keep the Jack of Spades right over here because I need to do the same thing. I need to try to do the same thing with the another card. So at this point, I say that because I want the spectators to remember that this is the Jack of Spades, but which is actually not. The Jack of Spades is right on the top of the deck. So at this point, what I do is, I know this is not the Jack of Spades, but for the spectators, this is the Jack of Spades, right? So at this point, what I do is, I need to get rid of the Jack of Spades from the top. So while talking to the spectators, I casually take the top part of the deck and then slide off the top card and put the rest of the deck on top of it. So that's how the Jack of Spades goes to the center of the deck. So let's say this is the random card. I'm talking to the spectators. I'm just doing a slip cut or whatever you say. I'm just picking a few cards from the top. I'm sliding one card to the center of the deck and then dropping the rest of the cards on top of it. And that's how I bring the second card to the top, that is the Nine of Diamonds, which is the duplicate card of this card. And at this point, I need to force this card to the spectator, and I'm going to do the same thing, the riffle force. So I give a cut, I have a break, and then I just do the riffle force, and then explain them the same thing, the same magical thing that I've explained while doing the color change with the first card. But at this point, as I keep spreading, the spectators aren't going to find out any red card because there are no red cards present in this deck of cards. So at this point, you can tell to your spectators that I've told you that the card that you have selected, that is Nine of Diamonds, has changed its back to the red color, which means that this card right over here is no more the card that you have selected earlier. This is the Nine of Diamonds. And as you say that, you're going to just say to your spectator that if you don't believe it, I might just turn this card to amaze you. And then that's how you're going to reveal this card, and that's how you're going to perform this card trick. Now there's one more thing that I need to say to you, that is, while your spectator selects the card for the first time, that is the first selection, your spectator can have a free choice. You might not need to force the playing card that you selected for the spectator, but I usually force the spectator because I don't want them to get the free selection as the duplicate card of this card. that means the 9 of diamonds. Let's say your spectator selects a playing card and the first card is the 9 of diamonds itself, then the trick will go for a waste. So for that reason, I just don't want to give the spectator a free selection. That is the reason why I force the card both the times, and that is not the only reason for that. I also need to have a contrasting card with this 9 of diamonds. For example, let's say this first card that the spectator selects is the 8 of hearts, or maybe the 9 of hearts. Okay, let's say the 9 of hearts. These cards aren't contrasting and it won't be a eye-catching trick. So to make this trick a little bit of visual, I just go for a black card and then I make it a little bit of contrast. I find a card which is having a good contrast with this card, and I usually force that card to the spectator so that in their mind they see the color change very clear happening with this card. So that's how the card trick is done, and that's it for the tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did so, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at ShoelAzari. Also, if you have any questions, you can use the comment section for that, and don't forget to subscribe to my other channel, which is a pretty savage channel. I post entertaining videos and gameplays over there, and the link to that channel will be given right in the description box as well as in the cards. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button of this channel if you're not a subscriber yet, and turn on the post notifications so that you don't miss my upcoming videos and my future Smack That Monday episodes. Peace!